Hello there, Foxy friends. It's Christine Bryant with you today, and I wanted to talk to you about how I use my #2 wide Foxy notebook as an on-the-go wallet slash stuff holder. I don't use this book as a planner. My regular planner is in the A5 sized perfect bound notebook in a Leuchtturm hardback book. So I was never really sure why I would need a small notebook like this, because it seemed like the people who had them were using them as planners. But then I started thinking about all of these things that I wished I kind of had with me every day that I didn't really have a place for. And so I decided to try out the smaller size. And I have to say, I never saw myself as a small notebook girl before, but now that I have this, I can't even imagine letting it go. So I'm going to show you the things that I put in here and what I use it for, and maybe that will help some of you guys who have been sort of on the fence about the smaller notebook size. This is the #2 wide with the reinforced spine here, and this is the amethyst moccasin leather. So I'm going to start off here by showing you how I put all of this stuff in here. In the front and back pockets, I use those to carry these, the Foxy Fix business cards. These come whenever you place an order, and it's really handy to have them because inevitably when I take this notebook out places, people will ask me, oh my goodness, that notebook, where did you get that? And I can just whip out a card and give it to them. Here also in the front and back, I have a piece of decorative cardstock that just sort of makes it kind of cute and pretty. Also helps to sort of stiffen up this area. This moccasin leather is so flippy and floppy. You see how bendy it is, and it just kind of helps give a little bit more structure to the front and back covers. And then I also put in some cards that I found at Michael's. They were over with the planners, I think, or the Project Life stuff, and I use these. It came in a package. I use these cards for like grocery lists. So whenever I need to make a list of something that I need to go get at the store or Target or wherever, I just whip out one of these cards, jot my list on it. When I'm done, chuck it and pull out another one. So I keep a little supply of those here in the front and then also in the back, so I have a cute little card whenever I need it. Now on for my elastics. On the first elastic I have two things. First of all is my Foxy Fix dashboard. This is the #2 size, and I have more of those cards here in the pocket. So, and this isn't even all of them that came in the package. There were so many. So whenever I need a piece of paper or a note or something to jot on, I can whip one of those out. And then nestled inside of here is this cardstock folder that I made. These are really easy to put together yourself. I just made this out of a piece of cardstock. There are videos all over YouTube on how to do this. If you guys want me to show you how to do these, I certainly can. But I use mine to hold receipts. Whenever I go shopping or out to dinner or buy anything, I stick the receipt in here, and then one of my inserts I use to keep track of my expenses. So these two things go on the first elastic, like so. Okay. On my second elastic, I use my Foxy Fix wallet. This is the honey butter leather, which is no longer available, unfortunately, but there is a wallet leather that's a similar color if this is what you're interested in. This is the #2 style, so it's pockets on one side and the zipper on the other. And I keep, on the left side, I keep my most used debit card, driver's license, and grocery store card here. There's also cash in the pocket underneath. And then in the zipper side, I keep a whole bunch of any other cards that I need, my BJ's membership, insurance cards, prescription cards, other credit cards, things like that. So those go in there. And this goes on my second elastic. All right. On my third elastic, this is the notebook that I use for expenses. I'm not going to show you the inside of this because it's got my paycheck and other deductions and things in it. But I use, when I open the book, I'll show you on a blank page here, I have the month at the top, and then I start with my paycheck amount, and then I just deduct from there. I just list the things that I bought and what it is that I bought, and then I get paid twice a month. So then once that's over, I start over again with a new paycheck amount and then deduct again, and then turn the page, and then I'm ready for a new month. So this book goes in here. And like I said, whenever I'm out anywhere and I buy something, I put the receipt in my folder. And then as soon as I get home, I empty out the folder, I sit down with this little book, I jot down my expenses, and then I know where I am and how much money I've got and how much money I still have to spend on new Foxies. On my last elastic, I've got 2 inserts that need to go there, and I'm going to show you how to put those on in a second. But first of all, this one is my calendar insert. I use the Foxy Fix bullet journal stamps to create the calendar on each double page spread. So here was September, and then the dates are down listed vertically, and I just put events in there. Here's October's. I've got a bunch of birthdays coming up, so I need to remember to make cards. Here's November. I've got Election Day marked, and my parents are coming for Thanksgiving. So this book had room for me to go all the way to June, which is the end of my school year, with all of these pages left over. I don't even think it made it halfway through the book. So I could probably put all of 2017 in here as well, which is really nice not to have to constantly be changing calendar inserts. So let me get this guy back in there. So he goes on, whoops, well, he's going to go on here as soon as I get the other one. Sorry about that. The last insert that I use is just sort of brain dump and like to-do lists and things like that. Before I got those cards that I was showing you earlier, I used this for grocery lists and shopping lists. Friday night I was out to dinner with friends, and they were like, hey, in December the craft festival is coming to Chantilly, so I jotted that in there. And then when I got home, I transferred that over to my regular planner calendar. So this is just kind of a good place to just jot things down that you need to know in the moment, but you don't have your full-size planner with you. So if I wanted to put these 2 inserts on one band, what you would do is use a jump band. And I don't have one of those right now. Foxy Fix is about to sell them, so I'm going to get one as soon as I see those listed. But right now I'm just using a rubber band. And Jess has shown you guys how to do this before, but I'm going to go ahead and show you again. You open both books to the center. You can see where the staples are. You take the back of one and the front of the other, and rubber band or jump band those together all the way down, and then you sort of tug, give them a little tug here, and that sort of seats the rubber band in. You can see how the rubber band is being held right in the center of those 2 books, and then you slide one of the books under the band that you have remaining, and it sits right there in the middle. Okay, if I had a third insert, I could put it right here on this elastic, and actually that's the preferred way to do it. They seat better, and that everything sort of stays stable like that. I don't have a third insert that I need right now, but if I do come up with one, that's where I'm going to put it. Okay, and then finally my pen. This is a Pen Gems pen, and it's pretty thin. There's plenty of room here in the pen loop, and at first I thought it might fall out, but once I put the clip on, that's pretty sturdy and it's not going anywhere. I take this and I throw it in my bag, I take it out of my bag, and I've never had the pen come out of it once. So here we go, and this is now ready to go. So the way that I use this book, sometimes during the week, I'm a teacher, and so during the week I carry a tote bag to work with me with my lesson planning stuff and my lunch and just all kinds of papers that I graded, whatever. So I usually have a pretty big tote bag, and I just throw this down inside of it. And if I'm going shopping after work, or like on Friday when I went out to dinner after with some friends, I don't want to carry that huge tote bag in the store with me or into the restaurant with me. So I just take this out and carry it just like this. It's sort of my little, almost like a little clutch that I take into the store with me or take into the restaurant with me. And that has worked out really well. It's really not much bigger than a regular wallet, although it is pretty stuffed full. It has everything that a regular wallet would hold and more. So I have found this really handy. It's a good size. I can hold it easily in one hand. But if I do want to carry it in a purse, I want to show you how easily it fits in a variety of different sizes of purses. So let me show you first of all. Here's probably the largest bag that I would carry on a day-to-day basis. This is a pretty good size bag. Let me get a ruler here. It is probably 14 to 15 inches across, and bottom to top is almost 10 inches. So it's pretty roomy, and I'm sure, as you can imagine, there's more than enough room for the wallet Foxy notebook to go in there. I could probably fit two of them in there without any trouble. It could stand up vertically like this or lay down with plenty of room for other stuff in there. So definitely if you carry a larger bag, you're not going to have any issues. This bag is a much smaller one. This is one of my favorite little bags. I got this at Disney World a couple years ago. And you can see that it's not much taller than the notebook is, actually. This is a bag that you just sort of carry by the handles and swing around. It's about 10 inches wide and just about 7 inches tall. And my Foxy notebook will fit in here both standing up. It's getting caught on a pocket. There we go. Both standing up like this, and it will still zip. Or I can turn it laying down like this and still have plenty of room for my phone, my checkbook. I can get to the inside pockets, lipstick, lip gloss, you name it. No issues at all with carrying that in here. And then if you wanted to use even a smaller bag, here is one that is a little wider than the bag I just showed you, but it's quite narrow from top to bottom. This bag is about 10.5 inches wide, but from bottom to zipper, it's only about 5.5 inches tall. So this is really one of those tiny bags that you would just kind of carry to the store, or to maybe if you're going out somewhere. You probably wouldn't carry your whole life in this, but I can still fit my Foxy in there. This one's not going to zip if I stand it up because it's too short, but it will absolutely fit if I lay it down. And I still, once again, have tons of room. I can fit my checkbook in there, my phone, my lipstick, lip gloss, hair bands. I've got room in the pockets for any other stuff that I might need. So you really, truly can use this as a wallet. You don't have to carry anything else separately. The only thing I don't have in here is change. You certainly could use that zipper compartment for change if you wanted to, but you don't have to. I do have a separate little change purse that I carry in my purse, so that's why I don't carry change in here, but you absolutely could. I hope that this video has been helpful to you. Like I said, I never saw myself as a girl who would carry a small, tiny notebook like this. I always saw those little notebooks and I thought, how on earth can that even be useful? It's just so tiny and like adorable. And then I got one and I got rid of my regular wallet. Everything I need is in here. I love carrying this around. Every time I take it out of my bag, people ask me about it, and it just has become just a real pleasure to carry all my stuff in here. So if you've been thinking about it, but you haven't taken the plunge, I hope this helps you decide. If you guys have any questions about how I use this or about this particular wallet notebook, please leave me comments down below and I'll answer them as best as I can. I hope that you guys have a fabulous and foxy day. Bye.